Whenever
Welcome,
you're ready.
Okay, we're playing this game now. Okay, okay.
You started this. You started this. Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
well,
For
okay.
real, for real,
You
for
for
real,
real, for real. Okay, because
for
I've
real.
been working hard on this. I haven't been able to sleep until I get this out. Welcome everybody to the Two Dicks One Foreskin podcast.
No.
And yes, we do share.
Is it like a Chinese finger trap?
It could be. Well, it depends on how fast you're able to unsheath yourself, I guess. Because
Oh no.
I've been like,
Evan.
I know there's one person out there that's gonna appreciate that. I'm not
I
gonna
don't
say
want to
anything.
know who. I don't want.
Oh no! I made a promise to do a shout out,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess I'm gonna have to do it like right after what I just said. But
Yeah.
I don't. It's not connected to that person. But shout
Oh,
out
okay.
to
Yeah. Cover
Mark.
up.
Shout out to Mark. I said I would shout him out. It's a shame that after what I said, that's the follow up. But just for everyone knowing, it was not connected to him at all. But
Mm. Well, not after you unsheathed yourself, as you said.
yeah, well, anyways,
Unbelievable. Poor Mark, dude. I'm so sorry,
I'm
Mark.
so sorry. It's not Markiplier, by the way. I'm not afford. I'm
Oh.
not able to be his friend because I'm too broke.
Well,
Can't
we're still
afford.
working on Gordon Ramsay, so.
Yeah, or Obama, I guess. We've
Anyone?
reached out to
Yes.
two of them.
Listen, anyone knows how I can get in contact with Mr. Obama, please. We'd love to have him on the podcast.
I thought you found his like Instagram or something.
Yeah, but I couldn't message him,
Oh, did he have like
which is like
DMs turned off?
understandable.
Yeah,
Yeah, he don't want randoms messaging the former
that's
president.
fine. Okay, so this is the okay, Chandler. This is your one shout out opportunity to see if Obama is listening to this podcast. Okay, I need you to make a big speech about how we need him for this podcast. Okay.
Listen, Mr. Barack, if you're listening, you're our only hope. This podcast, it's all about, just two bros. Sometimes there's foreskin, and we never know what happens, and we never know what the future holds. And we need a true leader like Mr. President Barack Obama, to come on our podcast and give the people what they want.
Preach it. Preach it.
Whew.
Amen.
Feel that. I can feel that in my soul.
I agree. We do need some leadership because I feel like we kind of get off
We're
topic
off
a
the
lot,
rails.
and we're just
Yeah.
saying stuff that shouldn't be said. Really.
Speaking of off the rails, you know what I was thinking about a lot lately is rowboats.
Rowboats.
I mean, like, do you know the difference between rowing and paddling?
Well, when I think of rowboats, I think of like the unison of like people in a boat just with like both hands. When I think of
Yeah.
paddling, I think of one person in a kayak that's just like, he has the one paddle, he's like going back and forth. Like that's the difference.
Yeah. Well, you're on the right track. I mean, the technical difference is just that the oars on the rowboat are connected to the boat, and they're just like pivoting on a thing. As where the oar, like you said, is more free form. But it got me like, what about like a luxury rowboat? You think you could build a massive rowboat with like, a kitchen and like maybe like a hot tub?
What? Like have a giant rowboat that has like a kitchen in it, a
Yeah,
hot tub, maybe a living room, maybe a dining room, and
yeah.
just like no,
Flat
I
screen
don't. I
TV.
think that's too. That's just a cruise ship at that point.
No, no, no. It's not as big as a cruise ship. More like a yacht,
A yacht, but it's a
but a
rowboat.
rowboat. Yeah.
How many people like are rowing this?
Ah,
I think you need at least like 50,
well,
like
no,
25 on each side of the boat, just like
no, no, no. You could no, you could get automatic rowers. It's 2025. It has to exist. Automatic
That's true.
rowboats.
That's true. But what happened if like one of them break?
Well, get a new one.
Or could you like row it yourself if it broke?
I mean, sure, but good luck. Look, rowing a rowboat in the goddamn kitchen.
That's true. That's true.
I guess it would be pretty tough to get. Well, what do they do? Like, if a cruise ship fails, they tow it or something, right?
Yeah, but I think they get like another boat to tow it, right?
Yeah. So you'd probably just do something like that. I don't
Sounds
think you
kinda
could
lame.
row a. What?
I think what should happen is if one of the rowers stop and like you're stranded out in the middle of the ocean, you just reenact the Titanic scene.
Or you just throw them in the water like the necklace, or what?
Yeah, exactly. You just get the
Okay.
lifeboats and then like sabotage the bottom of the ship so it could sink, and then just like watch it slowly submerge into the water. I think that's more practical.
If one rower dies, the whole boat goes down.
Yeah, and you can
I like
record
this
it,
approach.
and then you can get like get a GoFundMe to buy a new one.
True, true. All right. So GoFundMe.com/massive rowboat. Please go give us your money.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We lost
This is not a
everything in the
scam.
rowboat.
In the great rowboat accident of 25.
I think
That's wonderful.
That would be better.
Yeah, that's true. You really got to think about things in the most barbaric way possible.
Well, yeah, because like if you're stranded and you get like someone to tow your boat, you're paying that person like to tow you, but instead
Jeez.
you can get paid and buy yourself a
True.
brand new yacht.
Boom, insurance claim.
Exactly.
Yep, you're right. I wasn't thinking this through.
Yep, that's how.
This is why. This is why we should be lawyers.
What?
We when one of us stops, the other one starts.
Well, because like, we can't be lawyers because like we can't predict, like we can't advise people to do something. You know what I mean? I don't think that. Well,
yes, I can.
yes. Well, you don't have to be a lawyer to do that. You could just, you could
give
create your own service where it's like, hey, you want to do like like insurance fraud?
Yeah, but
come over to me.
Well, no, you don't.
Some advice.
Shh, don't say it out loud.
I'm not saying it out loud. I don't remember saying it.
Oh, anyways, we'll cut that out.
We'll cut that out.
No, you wouldn't be encouraging people to do illegal things. You'd represent them in court. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true.
We could do that.
Yeah. So for people that try to commit insurance fraud, we can help them out.
Yes. There you go. Now you're on the right track.
Okay. Your Honor, we had no idea that sink was going to ship.
Yeah.
We had no idea.
Did you say that sink was going to ship?
Did I say?
Is that what you said?
Yeah, well, because you got to throw them off. You can't. I see. You can't allow them to know your next move. So you have to
keep them on their toes.
Yeah, you have to confuse them so they're like thinking about what you just said, but like throw some stuff in there that they miss. And I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't be lawyers.
Darn it. What would be the best career path? What's something we could excel in, the two of us?
Selling tacos.
Oh,
or fajitas.
Yeah. Beef.
I think we've made good fajitas for all those who don't know, me and Chandler used to live together before he kicked me out.
Whoa. I didn't kick you out.
Yeah, he kicked me out.
I'm in the basement.
Yeah. Kicked me out.
If anything, wow. You're just trying to make me look bad.
I was on my own. He gave me a cardboard box, which was like the nicest thing he's done for me.
It was a luxury cardboard box. There was a rowboat.
Yeah, it was for a fridge, so I guess it had some space. But
yeah, a lot of space.
Yeah, that's why I had to leave because they needed 2 fridges, and my room was just the right size for a fridge, so I needed to leave.
Well, listen, Evan. We just had nowhere else to put the extra water.
That's
You know,
true.
two
Yeah.
fridges were necessary.
Yeah. He also
We
buys a
actually,
lot of bottled water and doesn't
yeah,
recycle them.
no, no.
No,
I throw them all into the ocean.
with the turtles.
It's where it belongs. I mean, it's a bottle made out of water. Where else would I put it?
Yeah, and then it refills when it's in the ocean, and then it comes back because
And
that's
then it
how it
floats
works.
back.
That's how like the true organic way you
Recycling
recycle.
it works.
You throw a bottle into the ocean, like that song "Message in a Bottle." How else was he gonna get help?
Hmm.
He needed to throw the bottle into the ocean, but that's a separate.
Yeah, like
But like
Pirates of the
if you
Caribbean.
if you're trying to refill your bottled water, you throw it
You're
into
just
the
a
ocean,
fool.
and it comes back
Yeah.
all brand new.
Boom. And next thing you know, you're hydrated.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
I had no idea.
You're hydrated.
I was just trying to go with it.
Yeah, that's the best we can do. Let's just go with the flow.
Yeah. 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 You know what? You know what I've been thinking about a lot? That would be really scary.
What?
Is like the apocalypse.
The apocalypse? Like what kind?
Like zombies.
Mm.
I don't know. Where would you go? What would be your first thought?
I feel like a lot of people will choose building like on the top floor, so you're like safe up high, or maybe like in the middle of the river or lake or ocean or whatnot, because zombies can't swim.
Yeah, true.
But
Can they?
I don't know. I don't think they can swim. Maybe they can go forward into the water, but maybe they might have a hard time trying to
They
get.
just kind of sink.
I don't know. Well, it could be
Wait,
that
what?
Pirates of the Caribbean thing where it's like these skeletons walking underwater in the first movie.
Yeah.
Maybe they can
I
do
was gonna.
that. I don't know.
I was gonna say also Minecraft has some like zombie type shits that live in the water.
Yeah. I think
So I
they
guess
call it
we'd
the
have to.
drowned or something. So I don't know. I don't know how it would work, but my ideal thing is probably just going out killing zombies. I think that's the only thing you could do, and
True.
seems like you maybe have a better chance at surviving that way. I know people might have like underground bunkers, like especially if you're rich and whatnot, and you have that
Mm-hmm.
luxury to like save up. And then they're finally like, this day that I've been preparing for 20 years has finally paid off. Because for some reason there's people like that, which
Two.
it's fine being prepared, but I will say I feel like it's a little bit over prepared. But I'm sure they'll be like, well, yeah, but when the nukes drop, who are you gonna come to?
Yeah.
you know,
Not in our lifetime, probably.
yeah, I don't know.
Well, maybe nukes. We're closer to nukes than the zombie apocalypse, I think.
Yeah, just everyone has a nuke nowadays. I feel like when you're born, they just hand you a nuke and it's like, okay, have fun, Junior.
You're off.
I don't know, but I would definitely say like going out, like get like a big old truck, put some spikes on that. Get like one
Just
of
with
those.
spikes.
Get
You
like
can go full Mad Max.
get like a snowplow.
Yeah.
I don't think I've
dude.
seen that enough, right? I've seen like in like on a Mad Max or apocalyptic setting, like there's stuff in front of the truck, but I've never just seen a
Mhm.
snowplow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just
And I feel like
fucking-
that's like more commonly seen, and I feel like that itself can do a lot of damage. So I feel like if you just
True.
like kind of spice it up with more spikes maybe and stuff, definitely feel like you got something there. I think that would be really cool.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
get
You could
some-
put like a,
Yeah.
you could mount like a little, turret gun on top and shit.
I don't know where I would get a turret gun, but sure.
Well, fuck, who cares?
Well, I'm trying to be a little bit
With-
more realistic. You know what I mean?
With the zombie apocalypse heading,
Yeah.
you can go to Main Gun Supply right down the road.
Do they have a turret?
I'm sure they have big guns.
They
That's all
have
you
guns. Maybe a rocket
Yeah.
launcher. That would be cool.
Need. Oh, grenades too.
Yeah. Wouldn't be really that practical unless it was like a swarm.
Oh, but it would be so fun.
It would be fun. It
Think
would be
about
fun.
driving into a swarm of zombies and just being like, pretty sure that would actually like destroy your teeth if you ever tried to pull a grenade pin with your teeth.
You know, I've seen people do it, but I feel like it's harder than it looks. I will say, I feel like there's more restraint when it comes to the pin. You know, because
I
how
hope.
how
I
often
hope.
can you imagine? You know, it just like you just tilt the grenade and the pin just like slides right out. Yeah.
Grenade Evan, editor.
Stop making me
Yes.
do so much work, bro. Like,
Yeah.
God damn it. You
That's
know
what
I'm
you
the
get.
editor.
That's
I'll
what
just
you
cut it
get.
out. I'll cut it out.
Damn it.
When the budget's
should know.
too low, it's like I'll just cut it out.
I'll just get it out. Yeah, we don't need that.
What would you do
Budget too.
in the
What I
zombies
do?
apocalypse? And you can't copy my answer.
Well, I think I'd probably get a truck.
Okay, straight away. Okay, don't even like try to think of something original. That's cool.
No. No. Well, you know, I would get guns, of course, and probably try to, you know, assemble some. I don't know, like, you know, use a knife to get some just like spiky type shit. You know, anything. Obviously, would be raiding grocery stores for just as much food and shit as possible. Yeah, and probably just trying to set up like a defense just around the house, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know that I would care to like really go out, you know, like maybe not at first, but kind of like see what the situation is, you know?
I mean, I think that's the only way to really like live in the apocalypse. You know how in the real world we have like jobs and stuff, but I feel like, you know, if the world is coming to an end and like there's zombies everywhere, I'd say live the fullest. Like, I'm not saying going out on a killing spree. That's ridiculous. But I feel like driving across America, driving around, seeing the sights, you know, before they get like
True.
completely nuked off the face of the earth, you know? Because I feel like that's what's. Imagine, okay, if there was like a zombie outbreak in America, and you know, like the fear of zombies, I feel like a lot of people have. How fast do you think like other countries will just be like, well, before this spreads to us, we're just gonna nuke America? You know what I mean? Like if you think about it, like what would happen there? You know what I mean? Like if it started in America, right? Do you really think countries are not gonna like even have the thought to nuke us? You know what I mean? Like,
oh no, they would. They definitely would. Because like, what's the point?
so that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, either flee to another country, or which will probably be hard because if it happened in America, I doubt they would want you leaving because you know you might be
Unless you
infected
do
or
it-
something.
Unless you do it early enough, you know, like
Yeah.
like the first news report about there's a zombie. I'm like, out of here.
Going
See
to
ya.
Italy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
I would definitely, if I couldn't leave the country because of, you know, contamination and whatnot, just go drive around. You know, I doubt there would be any laws because, you know, everything's gone to shit. So
Yeah. No one would
Just
really care.
get a truck, you know, and then start driving, or an RV.
True.
You know, go on
That
the
wouldn't
road.
have as good gas mileage though.
No, but
It'd be better probably for cross, you know, country living.
yeah.
It's more adaptable. I could see an RV. That would be pretty fun.
Put a plow truck or like a plow on it, you know.
Yeah. Could be like,
And you can tow a truck with an RV, I think. So you can just have the backup vehicle.
true. You can put like you could put like sheet metal on the side of it. Oh, what about like a
yeah.
school bus? Do you think a school bus would be a little too much?
That would be cool. You know, like when people deck out like a school bus, like they completely change the interior. You know, if there was one that was already done like that, because I'm lazy and I wouldn't want to actually do that myself. I mean, I would if I wasn't so lazy, but it would be
What?
cool if you could find one that's already kind of like redone. And then I was thinking, you know, those like you see in those Mad Max movies or something, like there's like a thing on the tire that like sticks out that like
Yeah.
cuts. That would be kind of cool.
Almost like an old chariot.
Yeah,
Like a spike sticking out and shit.
that'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool. I feel like a bus wouldn't be super helpful for you know, for whatchamacallit, like going across country.
I mean, it depends on the bus, I guess. Like, if you're thinking about a school bus, maybe, but maybe like a bus that travels state to state, maybe.
I mean, you also have to think about gas, though.
Yeah, but you know, it's fine. You can figure that out. You can siphon gas.
Oh yeah.
You know how to siphon gas, right? Get a
No.
hose, stick it in like a anywhere there's gas, and you just kind
Nah.
of like suck on it, and then it comes out. Maybe.
It is a really like great idea, but I think it would be far more realistic to just try to start like a little community and just gate it, and,
That's
like protect,
lame.
start a town.
Lame.
No, Evan, you're gonna run out of gas. You're gonna have to
No,
steal from people
no.
and
Just
shit,
steal
and
a
then
new vehicle. I don't know. Just
yeah, and
get a new
eventually
one.
you're gonna run into people that don't appreciate you stealing their shit. They're gonna kill you.
Guess what? It's the zombie apocalypse. Survival of the fittest. Okay.
Yeah, you're saying you're the fittest, or you're just
Yeah.
gonna like
If I'm fighting like someone who's like handicapped, I'm gonna win that.
what?
I'm gonna win that. What do you?
What about other people that are more fit than you that are also out?
Well, I'm not gonna mess
you
with
know.
them.
Yeah,
Why
but
would I
what if
do
they
that?
decide they want to mess with you?
I will make sure that my stealth stats are high, so they won't see me.
No, no, no. If you're just driving down the road in your truck with a plow on the front and like somebody just pulls in front of you and is like, that's it, you're dead.
Oh, I have a plow.
And they steal all your shit.
I'll plow right through them. What do you mean if they like what kind of vehicle do they have? Do they have
What if
just
they
like
throw a
Honda
grenade?
Accord and I just like plow right
What-
through? Like what's? Do
What if they
also
throw a
have truck?
grenade into your truck?
Well, then I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, this is zombie apocalypse. I mean, that shit can happen too. Do you think your little community is safe? Do you think the raiders won't be
Safer.
like, "Hey, look,
Safer.
there's a community over there. They have a lot
It's
of stuff."
way
We're just-
safer.
Have
It's
you
way
not
safer.
seen The Walking Dead? It's not safe.
It's way
Communities
safer.
fall apart. They last for like a little bit maybe, but as soon as like other raiders hear about it, they want it and they will try to get it.
It is way safer, Evan.
No, it's
Yes,
not.
because you have a defense.
This is going to be the
and you
whole
can
topic
have
of the
like
video now.
and you
This
can have
is-
watchtowers and you can shoot at zombies and you can shoot at raiders and all this and that. When you're out traveling around, you're all on your own.
Yeah, but you can do like the zombie land type thing where you pick someone up and then you have a buddy.
Who-
Make sure they don't have a knife.
They'll shoot you in the back.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just saying, I think you're tripping. Whoa.
But finally, the pillows gave in, I guess. Hold up. I gotta fix my mic. This is my mic, by the way. If anyone was curious, I'm sure someone out there was.
We'll link it in the description below.
No, we won't.
Yes. Son of a bitch.
We're not
Fine, then
sponsored
don't.
by it. We're not. I'm not linking shit unless we get a sponsor. Okay. If
Wow.
Yeti or Blue, whatever this, it says Blue on it, so
Blue
I'm just gonna
Yeti.
assume it's a Yeti Blue or something. I don't know. But if whoever made this mic wants to sponsor us, I will definitely put a link, and I'll actually do a whole sponsor segment
Hit us
myself,
up.
or we will do it together, or I'll get Obama on the podcast to do it.
Yeah.
I will
Obama
go
will-
great lengths to
Obama will
do a
sponsor
sponsor deal.
us.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want money.
Yeah.
It's sad to say it.
please.
We're just poor. We're poor boys.
Please, sir, can I have some more? No one will get that reference. I haven't even seen that film. I just know that reference, but maybe someone out there knows.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about, to be honest.
Okay. Well, anyways, your community idea kind of sucks. Not gonna lie, and it's not fun because you're
whatever.
staying in one
Whatever, nerd.
place,
Whatever, nerd.
and like you're gonna have to send people out to get stuff
Nerd.
too, and that's dangerous. You know.
Nerd. No, you won't, dude. You become self-sustaining
You can
by
go.
having
You can
gardens
go out and see the sights.
and
You can go
animals.
see the city lights, or when they used to be lit, maybe. But you can go to like
You would just
California.
die.
Go,
You would die.
you're gonna die in your community. At least like you're going
Yeah,
out
but
and
you can
seeing
live
places.
longer. You can live way longer.
No, because it's just sad to live longer
have a
because you're just gonna
doctor.
see a lot of people die, and then it's
Oh my
sad.
days.
Yeah. Well, you're not
You're
gonna
so
have any
alone.
days that are gonna
You're
be
not
well
gonna have any-
lived if you're gonna be in a community.
I would rather be alive and with the people I love than just running around like a maniac.
Just
getting
go out
attacked.
with the people you love. Ride, get an RV, camper, one on, and drive around. Live life to the fullest.
You would have to settle eventually. You have to settle eventually.
Yeah, if I'm old
'Cause
and
you
I
can't
can't
just-
like, if I can't go anymore,
You're
or if I
just
run
gonna-
out of gas and I have no vehicle in sight.
You're crazy, Evan. You're gonna go out so unprepared.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
at least it will be fun.
I'm just saying, at least you have to like gather things and supplies and like take time.
I
to
will
fucking, like-
bring like maybe some snacks. I'll bring like this knife that I have actually. I did talk about this knife in a previous episode, but I'll show it. So this is a Buck 19 knife that I got out. Bleep. Bleep. There you go. That saves me on on editing. But look, it's like
Damn.
it's a knife that is similar to the one that Ghostface uses from Scream.
Oh, that's dope.
He uses I think it's like a Buck 120 modified or something. So this one is just a little bit smaller, but I thought like having a bed knife would be like, because I'm not a huge gun person. I'm not a gun nut, even though we've been talking about guns for a while. But I've never owned a gun. I've probably shot
It's
a gun
America.
maybe like twice, as my free rat in America.
Yeah, baby.
But usually I'm more of a blade type guy. But if it was the zombie apocalypse, maybe a gun wouldn't be like the worst idea to have. But I have a knife now because, I thought something, near while we're sleeping maybe. I don't know.
True.
I'm not really scared about break-ins because, I don't know how often they occur, but
Yeah. No,
not too worried
I
about
never
it.
really am either, but that's always how it goes. In the quiet town, one day.
Well, you do wrestling. You've been training, so you got the moves.
Yeah, that's true. I can fucking drop kick his ass.
Do you want to talk about that? Some wrestling stuff that you've done? Some moves you've learned?
Oh, sure. I mean, like, not a lot. Still just training and shit, but just your basics, like your arm drags and your headlocks and shit.
Mm.
How to punch people and hopefully not hurt them.
Hopefully
some-
not. That would be
Sometimes
s-
you have to.
you could-
Sometimes you have to eat one or two, But
that would be really funny, and it would confuse the person trying to like rob you because you would just be like, but like no contact is ever made. You know what I mean?
you'd see a punch coming, like, oh, what
It
the
does
fuck?
remind me of this one, and it's a shame because it's with Hulk Hogan. It's a shame.
No.
But it's this
Yeah.
one ad, and I think I've shown you this, where this guy like robs this woman, and Hulk Hogan is like wrestling him, but like none of his like moves connects with him. And this is like an ad, right? And so the
Yeah.
robber is like still there with the purse, and he's just confused, and then he like slowly gets up and he just runs away. It's just,
What the fuck?
I thought it was really funny. Even though
So Hulk
I
Hogan
don't,
just-
I'm not a Hulk Hogan fan, but I will say whoever directed that ad was pretty good.
They were onto something.
They're really
No, it's funny
stuff.
because Hulk Hogan really can't fight for shit at
Mm.
all. So it's very realistic.
Yeah,
If you ever tried to stop someone, that is not the person I'd call for help.
yeah. I don't know. I'm not like I enjoy wrestling to a certain extent. I mean,
Of
There's
course,
Rhea.
obviously.
I think mostly that's because of my girlfriend who really likes Rhea. I mean, that's a present I gave her, but
True.
you know, I do enjoy seeing Rhea win. I do like the way she I don't know, it's just like her like presence in the ring. Like she feels like a
Mm-hmm.
legit like wrestler compared to a lot of
Yeah,
other ones. You know what I mean?
because she
Like the
looks
emotion
tough
she
as
puts
fuck.
into it, and she, you know, yeah, she's built different. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like a lot of the men, like obviously, you know, they're always like jacked. I mean, there's probably some
muscle.
who, what's his name?
There's a lot. There's tons of examples of out of
I wanna
shape.
make a L.A. Knight.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not super buff. Like he's pretty buff, but he's not like
Pretty
super.
buff.
He's not super buff like The Rock
He's almost got like a
or
John Cena type build.
yeah. But you know, like Randy Orton before he like really got big. You know, like
Yeah.
if
He
you
was
look
like
at his
muscly
older
but
stuff,
pretty slender.
yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, with like a lot of female wrestlers, I've noticed like they don't really have like a big build like Rhea does. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So that makes her like very like stand out a lot compared to a lot of other female wrestlers. So I don't know.
Well, and I think, and I could be totally wrong, but I think that's kind of a shift that's going on where like, in the 2000s and maybe even in the late 90s, women's wrestling was like, the divas. And it was just like Playboy models and like people who didn't know what they were doing. And like not all of them, some of them were good, but so yeah, like you're saying, a lot of them
Yeah.
aren't always built like athletes, but I feel like nowadays that is more of a precedent of like, like the women's Royal Rumble just happened and there were quite a few people who were like fucking
Yeah, which
jacked,
is,
dude.
you know, like the point of, you know, wrestling is like kind of, kind of I don't want to say
Simulated
what the
combat.
point, but like yeah, like you see someone that is going up against another person and if like that person is like built smaller, you know, then it kind of makes it harder to believe, you know what I mean? But at
Yeah.
least if they give that presence like the actual like strong build, like they don't have to be like super muscular, but like you know at
Hmm.
least like have something so it's like a little bit believable. You know what I mean?
True.
I don't know. Like I'm pretty sure there's like tons of like examples that like a lot of small wrestlers will do like something big to like you know or do like lift someone that's like bigger than them or but they get like kind of assisted in that or I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure Rey Mysterio had a lot of help on his like
Well, and
takedowns.
his, that also comes down to style. Like, he was coming off the top rope and doing like Hurricane Ranas and shit.
Yeah.
So that certainly helped. His strong suit was more like being quick and like dodging the big,
But that's what
big
I'm saying.
dude.
Like they're like catering to his like physique, I guess, like his build.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And I think
yeah.
it's like better to watch when you do that versus
Hmm.
like someone who doesn't have that build doing like these like kind of almost impossible feats because it's
I
like
see what
it
you're
just kind
saying.
of you're bending like or having
Stretching.
disbelief and it's I don't know like it's
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Brock Lesnar can get away with like suplexing the Big Show, but if Rey Mysterio did it, it would look so fake
mm-hmm.
because he's so
Yeah,
much smaller. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to get at. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know wrestling terms or a lot of wrestlers, but that was just
No, that's fair.
my one take on it.
No, that's fair. I agree. It's all about trying to make it look realistic and let people believe in it, just like any like movie, any other entertainment, really.
Yeah, because and it does suck when you have those people that will say like wrestling, you know, is obviously not real, and it's like, well,
Oh,
yeah,
it's all
no,
fucking fake.
it's like, yeah, have you seen a movie? You know, the point is
No,
to
no, no,
entertain.
heaven.
You know,
Listen, Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. I just saw him flying around last week.
that's true. He is Iron Man. I mean, people will say that he is Iron Man. You can't replace
Yeah,
him.
COVID was caused by Thanos. Hot take.
Yep, that would explain it. That does make sense.
Has anyone made that conspiracy yet, or am I the first one?
I mean, you might be the first one, I think, but you know,
I'm honored if true.
well, Robert Downey Jr. He's gonna play Doctor Doom, so
That's what I've heard. Oh gosh, what is it called? The Secret Wars, right? Is that kind of the storyline they're going with now
huh.
in the Marvel universe?
Well, they already did that with like a spin-off show, I think, or I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe they didn't, or no, maybe it was like Secret Invasion or something. That's what I'm
yeah,
thinking
I
of.
thought
Maybe Secret Wars is like a. Maybe they're doing that. Maybe I don't know. Like
that's just
so
what made me
confusing.
think of it with like Doctor Doom, like introducing into the because that was a really I think that was a really popular like storyline. I've just watched a video about it like way back, but it was super cool. So I was like interested to see if that's where they were going.
I know a lot of people are kind of burnt out on Marvel. You know,
Yeah, I don't blame them.
uh,
I haven't
it's
I haven't
yeah,
tracked, so
it's really hard because like it feels like a lot of content. You know, when they do
mm,
the shows, the movies, and it's hard to really
yeah,
keep up with. You know, and there's just some like characters I'm just not interested in. You know, and it's no fault to them. It's just that like I don't know personally, like I have my favorites, and if I don't see them on the screen, then I don't care. Like Deadpool and
yeah,
Wolverine, like I, grew up with Wolverine, and I've
mm,
seen Deadpool, and I've enjoyed those movies. So when I watched that, pretty good. I thought it was pretty good. Even though like maybe some people didn't like it, or maybe some people liked it a lot, but I thought it was pretty good movie.
yeah.
And there's other movies out there like something out there
Other
for
ones, other
sure,
ones.
for sure that I just haven't gone around to and
There's a
don't.
lot.
I
What
don't
do you
know,
think is like the most egregious movie that you haven't seen? Like that people are always like, "What? You've never seen that?"
like Marvel or just movies in
In
general.
general, like there's always those really popular or like cult classic movies that people are like, "Oh, how have you never seen that?"
I don't know. Like I've tried to watch movies that are like cult classics. I don't know if there's ever, I'm actually that dude, like that
Mm-hmm.
will be like, oh, you've never seen, and then will be with like Lord of the Rings, because I'm like,
Of
okay,
course.
Lord of the Rings, right? Won Emmys,
Mm-hmm.
and like the third one won like 11 Emmys, and is
Mm-hmm.
like the only one of the only movies to ever like do that, right?
Yeah,
Only a
that's
few
impressive.
have been able to do that, maybe, or maybe some more. I don't know, but a low number of movies have been able to do that. Anyways, but you haven't seen the movie. Like I know you have, but like for the
Of
person
course.
that hasn't seen those movies, and I'm talking directly to you, I'm looking at the camera right now. Why haven't you seen those movies?
Because they're
Why?
like 3 hours long.
But that they're good. They're good. It's good. It's worth
According to
the
some
time.
people.
It's worth the investment. Um, the Hobbit films, like some
Yeah,
people like
those
those
kind of
films, and I
stink.
have a personal bias against them because I feel like they could have done a lot better. So
Garbage.
everyone has
They
their
could have
different
just made one
opinions.
movie.
They could have. I mean, I wouldn't have mind maybe two, depending on how
Me
they
too.
wanted to do this story. But I
Yeah.
think one, like doing one movie and then maybe releasing like an extended edition after that would have been fine.
Yeah. Did the
But
whole like trilogy obsession start with Star Wars? Was that the first one where everyone started being like, "Oh my gosh, everything has to be a trilogy"?
well, so Lord of the Rings is a little bit different because they wanted to do I think only two films because they knew it couldn't be done in one film, so they tried to
Mm-hmm.
shoot for two. But since, like, oh, there's 3 books, so you should do 3 movies. So that wasn't like, oh, we need to do a trilogy. It was like because of for sake of trilogies. It was more so like,
Well,
well,
sure.
there's a lot of content here, and since there's 3 books, it just makes sense to do 3 movies. But I know what
Yeah.
you're saying with Star Wars, because they kind of set that trend where, you got the old trilogy, right? And then
Mm-hmm.
you got the prequels, which are another trilogy,
And then
which
you have
the prequels didn't really need to be a trilogy. I feel like that could have just been a
no.
standalone movie. You didn't have to
Yeah.
start off with Anakin being a child, or like you could have, done a movie where like he's already like maybe, oh my god, my camera keeps falling.
Oh my god.
Like a Padawan or something, and then you cut to like years later or something. Like you could do like a time cut. You don't have to make it all into like a trilogy. And then you got the
Yeah.
new trilogy, after that. So
So bad.
so bad. And it's it
Yeah, and then you have
didn't even
movies like
have
The Hobbit that have to be a trilogy. For what?
because of the original trilogy. It's like, well, we
Yeah,
have
that's dumb.
the original trilogy, so we need to come with
Stupid.
another trilogy.
Stupid.
I don't know. And then I think Dune,
Spider-Man was around the same
Spider-Man.
time.
Yeah, but that wasn't supposed to be a trilogy. I think they were just gonna run it till it stopped making money, which I think happened. Like,
They did.
think they
after
did plan
Spider-Man
on
3.
they were gonna make a fourth one, but it just ended up not working out. And then, yeah, I think they're still with the new Spider-Man trilogy right now. I think they are gonna continue making a fourth one, maybe. So maybe
Hmm.
he'll break the curse of only like, I mean, technically, with Andrew Garfield,
There's
they
only 2.
yeah, they only did 2, but they plan to do like more, but got
Probably
canceled.
like 5 or 6 or
It's
7.
a shame. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I think
Or
Star
8.
Wars is the only one that really kind of like set that precedent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that's also just a good limit to have when you're doing movies. So if you do have like this story worth telling, not like the new
Hmm.
trilogy where it didn't have a story, they were just
Had
kind of going
nothing.
on. They were just riffing like
No
what we're doing.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Everything was improv.
so
They're like, oh, and Han Solo dies. Ah!
yeah, it's like, I guess Palpatine's back.
Sorry, spoiler alert.
He somehow returned. I guess I don't know. We're not gonna
Spoiler.
tell you how. He just somehow returned.
Hey, he's magical and shit, okay? He's a wizard.
I think it was like some cloning shit, which is like, okay.
Wouldn't it be
Cool.
funny if they were just like, oh yeah, he had really high cholesterol and just fucking died? And there was no, like, Star Wars, Force related anything. He just dies from, like, a heart attack.
I think that would have been a better storyline.
It would have saved us from having 3 shit movies, to be honest.
Like, I get it because Star Wars makes money, so it's like,
Yeah.
why not do it? And those movies did make money, but it's just could have been a better story.
In hindsight, not well regarded.
But usually, if you are like crafting a story and it is like a big story that you have to take time with, like trilogies are kind of like a good, like how do I put this, like a good
Structure.
like start to finish structure,
Yeah.
because you got like the beginning of it, so you can do all your introductions. You got the mid part of it where like you can kind of build up momentum for the final film, so you have the climax. So it just kind of works.
And of course, it's just the universal rule of 3s. It's always satisfying.
Hmm.
If done right. I think that's really the key, is like, if you're doing it for the sake of just doing it, it's obvious and it just comes out as crappy.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree. But what do you guys think of anything that we talked about?
Yeah.
Like,
Throw
what do
comments
you
down below.
Do you think trilogies are cool and
Are they
maybe some
good?
trilogies are not? What about the zombie apocalypse? Do you think you could survive the zombie apocalypse? Who knows? Or
Do you think that Evan could actually beat me in a fight? Probably not.
if I had a knife,
Do you want to find
maybe.
out? Actually, you did beat me in that boxing match we had.
Yeah,
I will
which
give you credit there.
I don't think I have the footage, but I might be able to
feel like-
obtain it. So maybe
I
there
feel like
might
it's
be
somewhere
might be a special
around 2.
video that I might. Well, I wouldn't say round 2, but
Oh, I
I
was ready
might.
for round 2.
I could throw in that if I wanted to into one of these videos, but maybe
That's
we'll see.
true.
We'll see what happens.
what
Maybe if
happens.
we get enough likes, like we could set a like goal. You know, if we hit like
Yeah.
50 likes, do you
Give
think that's
us
too high?
50.
Or 50
Um,
likes maybe.
No, maybe like let's say 100 likes.
100. Okay, we're not gonna hit.
Set the
100.
bar high.
Yeah, but we're not gonna get there though. Like
You don't
we
know that.
barely hit like 10 likes.
All right, then what about like 50 likes? We'll say 50.
50. Okay, so with the first one, okay, 50 likes.
Yeah,
If on this video, this one,
thumbs up,
thumbs up.
and we might show footage. Wait, no, we will.
I
show
will
footage.
try to find that footage and I'll throw it into an episode.
Boom.
Boom. So
Editor,
won't-
blow both of us.